Alright, I think then we might be starting. If anyone else will be joining us, then they can join us midway through. Or not midway through, but as it's gonna start.
Yeah, we'll solo this, guys.
Yeah.
Easy.
We
Easy.
got this.
Easy.
I have like 5 things I can summon now. It's fine. I don't need a party.
I mean, in fairness, depending on what our plan is at the radio tower, I could just cast, like, Earthquake once.
I mean, I got Fog Cloud, so
That's
we
pretty
pretty
good.
much already won.
Yeah. Fog Cloud and then
Fog
just
Cloud
cast
and-
Earthquake in front of us?
Yeah.
Easy.
Okay.
Right.
Oh.
Hello.
Of Orion. Sorry, thank you for waiting.
We're just about to like begin. So you have not missed anything, so it is alright.
What are you talking about? We just beat the Yellow King, dog. It's easy.
Even I know that's why.
We settled on him.
You missed out on the loot, too.
Hmm.
Already took everything.
We
Ladies and
really
gentlemen, we got him.
I don't
Yep,
really...
we got him. Turns out his weakness was fish. He didn't really like fish.
He had
Yeah.
a shellfish allergy, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
up and
and then he crit failed on the Constitution saving throw, and he died. Yeah,
didn't have an
pretty
EpiPen.
easy.
God, I hope I get to kill a boss like that at some point.
Just
Learn their like secret kryptonite is actually just an allergy.
That would have been an interesting boss mechanic, I'm not gonna lie.
I need like a real life type TTRPG.
yeah, but like the amount of
Exploit
like
someone's allergy for evil.
the only way to make that allergy thing work was like the entire boss fight would have to be like puzzling out what information NPCs knew
You'd
in
have
like
to
a
have
clever
multiple
way.
wards and barriers for that specific allergy.
Exactly.
Like break them down.
You get it. You grasp the
Or the
problematic.
actual boss fight is figuring out what allergy he has, which would
He's
also-
invincible except to peanuts.
Yeah.
He's invincible except to strawberries. Throws a strawberry down his throat.
Or like the vinyl powder and gloves, you know.
Oh, that's right. Well, how do we get vinyl powder?
Well, now we need to go and contact our team of artificers.
We don't know what this stuff you're talking about is.
Why is your fucking title LOL Addict on Foundry?
I just keep changing it to random things until someone knows.
Yeah, no, but why is it LOL Addict right now?
Why is it not?
There's no way anybody would have ever figured that out or saw that.
Yeah. Also, I think at this point it's just like my usual disclaimer that I'm not super tired, but I'm also not 100% fine. I had a nice long sleep from the party yesterday, and brain might not be working too well from time to time.
Yeah, we could do a shorter session. I have no issue with that. That way you're at least, conscious. As I understand, you do need to be conscious for VR to operate properly. I could be misremembering. Maybe we're at the point where you just like plug your brain in, upload
Not
yourself
yet.
to the Matrix.
We are not doing
Is that-
Sword Art Online yet.
If that happens, you can expect me to be in there. Screw this world.
Me with a pair of bolt cutters. Now you're stuck.
I'm okay with that.
Alright, as a short reminder what happened last time, and to maybe put you on the map, give you a actually mechanical reminder. I cannot fucking figure out what's wrong with Winona.
Oh, we've learned of some more domains.
That it breaks the party sheet, so I just decided to like surrender on that. The domains cap, I'm not sure, maybe we were not present, but yeah, knowledge about the domains, you've gained that in one of the previous sessions.
I think I had to either leave early or just wasn't there.
Yeah, that was one of the questions, or rather one of the things that Sasa got from Beckett for the obvious prize. Yes, and you are, by this point in time, you have spent more than 20 days traveling through the domain of madness, and I say like 20 days minimum because like the area, the travel time itself would be like 21 days, but then you know you have to count in at least some time for rest. Yeah, I'm also getting hit maybe with allergies, maybe with common cold, because I'm from time to time I have to like sneeze. But yeah, you are scouting deep behind enemy lines, as it was stated. Currently in the domain of madness, specifically Dolan is using Arcane Eye to trying to scout out the air quotes broadcasting station, the corrupted temple. We have not done questions last time because, well, the session wasn't really long and not that many things happened, so I've decided to do a two-parter. And as for scouting, I usually do not like to do that, and I do not want to do that, so I just want to like to have players a chance to determine their actions and make rolls. However, after using that break between sessions, I thought about like what would be the most, at least from my perspective, like most efficient way to do it. And if you probably noticed in chat that there are some rolls that you don't remember yourself making, that's because you didn't. And I allowed myself to pretty much pre-roll the scouting efforts. And if you will check the handouts, specifically the domain of madness page, you will see there's a section corrupted temple scouting report.
Ooh, I just now saw the way the handouts look. I love it.
Yeah, that's one of the like made by Iron Monk.
Monk made this? Good job, Monk.
As I specified that it was Iron Monk, not Supernet Monk. Enhanced journal. And there's I decided there's like literally no way for me to make this the wall of text interesting to describe, so I just like put it in writing so that you can digest it at your own pace, or just like pick up whatever bits will interest you. And pretty much you can imagine that all this knowledge you acquire over the course of, like, as the handout itself states, like close to 8 hours, or close to like an entire pulse. You will figure out by scouting with an Arcane Eye that this is a large place that has plenty of nasty tricks up its sleeve. If you'll need some, because I might have like missed or forgot something that the scouting would have given you. I just didn't include it in text. So you can like ask for clarifications. However, generally speaking, what's in the handout should be the extent of knowledge you could have gotten from scouting.
Hmm. I would be telling everyone this out loud as I look through the eyes of the arcane. So this would be common knowledge for the party.
Knowledge. You're in my garage. What I'm hearing is we just need to screw up the Yellow King then.
I mean, good luck with that.
Got this. I have no fear.
Which one of the two lords was the I can English, I swear. The lich? Like one of them had like some sort of phylactery, right?
Yes, it was revealed to you that the Crimson King, the
Yeah,
Lord of
okay.
Feasts, has access to rejuvenation.
Yes. I wrote it down, but then I was like, I couldn't remember if it was the Yellow King or the Crimson King.
Although I'm not sure if I showed you that that Yellow King has something interesting as well. So I'm honestly I don't remember if like this was shown to you or not.
How many times are we gonna have to kill this guy?
Mm-hmm.
Shit. How many times are we gonna teach this old man a lesson?
At least one more time.
At least. What if we just put him in a box? You know?
I'm not gonna give any more spoilers, but I will say there is a way to get rid of that.
Gotta find these thingamabob.
His anchoring stone, something that ties him to be able to come into this plane. Probably like some cool gate. Or weird altar. Or weird gate altar.
Also, I will. As you've probably also noticed that there was opposed stealth and perception check, because yes, as it has taken the entire effort has taken many hours, multiple hours to conclude. There were moments where you have seen enemy patrols passing by relatively close by, but thankfully they ain't fucking perceptive, at least not in this case, so
Thank God.
That's good.
somehow, surprisingly, or maybe not surprisingly, but due to your own skill and expertise at using your abilities, you were able to avoid notice throughout this entire scouting effort.
I
Yeah.
proposed this, gang.
Hmm?
What if we break into the cave system and then just go directly to the lower level?
That can
Right
work.
now?
I'm scared of the
I
dark.
mean, we got some bitch that can cast earthquake.
Yes, I mean, that would work.
But then we would miss out on all the cool loot and lore of the world, Ibram would say.
The only lore you're gonna get is a fractured mind.
You think this brain is okay? Sticks crayon up nose.
Like, whatever, like, brain you have left in there is gonna not be complete by the time we come back out if we stay in there for too long.
Fair enough. I'm not even a crayon nose person anyways.
That's what I suggest. We can obviously go through it as is in case we see more, clues as to the Yellow King's weaknesses. Perhaps I doubt he would be stupid enough to just put it on the wall, but
Yellow
maybe.
To be more specific, Dolan, as Dolan explained it to the other, what you mostly see at the walls is the various and many examples of body horror and no Euclidean architecture.
Yeah, so
think-
about the fractured mind.
Yeah, you also guess that I'm gonna leave it up to you if Dolan would be unsettled, but still, like, the effect is lesser because you were not seeing it directly through your own eyes, just through the arcane eye.
I mean, I'll willingly take another madness. I think madness is funny. So
Madness is pretty funny.
Speaking of madness, for bookkeeping purposes, by the time the scouting ends, Ibram still has around 11 to 12 hours left on his long-term madness.
that one's a really bad one.
What, did I get a madness?
Yes,
yeah,
you
got a
got
really
it.
bad one actually.
Which was
What did I get?
Right there, in chat.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, you take damage, you have to make a saving throw, and if you fail, you get confused.
My boy's got a
honestly-
concussion.
Yeah,
Release
I honestly
me from-
suggest that we leave this entire area and take a rest and then come back.
Yeah, not a bad idea.
I mean, that's gonna take us like what, 10 days?
By leave this entire area, can you specify? Do you mean like leave the entire
The
domain, or?
domain, yeah, which would be difficult.
Yeah,
But we could
I
go
don't know
to,
if we
like,
can
this
pull
area.
that off.
Yeah, true. Shit, that's a lot.
Yeah, I think we
That's
should
like
just go
a
through the
week.
cave,
Yeah.
explore the lower levels, and then if it's getting a little too hairy, I'll just cast Earthquake as we leave.
Okay.
And we always have like the teleport out quickly, right? Someone has that?
I do not.
Does someone like
I
have
can
like a
dimension door.
teleportation thing? Yeah.
I can dimension door, but that's with me and one other person. I cannot take all of us.
Take me with you.
You'd be the most likely to survive
I don't want to hear it.
a cave-in.
I could uncave in. I could go full big.
You could, yeah, exactly. Like, if anything, I'd probably take Winona.
Yeah, Winona would have to leave. I would have to go.
Revive all of you motherfuckers.
Everybody else would be fine because I would just go big, and I would be like, "I got you guys."
So
Hold the ceiling.
here's the thing: if we go and storm that shit, right? Because we have to be quick, right? We have to
Yeah.
be quick. Go all the way to the lower level. Do whatever is in there. Probably have a boss fight. Okay. Probably we're gonna
A
have to
boss
steal
fight.
something.
Mm-hmm.
What are we gonna do after? How are we going to get out?
Yeah.
How are we gonna leave without the Yellow King catching up to us?
Yeah. That's a good question.
I mean, I do have Word of Recall.
What does that
would
do?
work.
That's
It's a
fun.
teleportation spell.
Yeah, it'll take me back to my convent.
What I'm hearing is I'm the only one who has to suffer.
No, Word of Recall works on like 7 people.
Oh.
Yeah. Only 5, and they have to be within 5 feet of me.
That's what I was asking earlier. What the hell? I mean, we can do it if we have World of Recall. We can just do this shit and then World of Recall out.
Yeah.
I mean, since
Sounds
most of the... I mean, if we don't even want to go into the temple, depending on how well I roll on the fissures for Earthquake, I could just rip this whole place apart right now.
We don't know what's down there, though. We don't know if it's gonna die from a cave-in or not.
Yeah, that's
It
true.
said it was protected by barriers and wards that would need direct
Mhm.
attention.
Yeah.
So I doubt magic
Yeah.
would really rip it apart unless I'm there touching it with my hands.
If we're sure we can escape with the World of Recall,
Wait,
then I say,
I
Callie's
have,
having a
I have a
brainwave.
great idea.
Callie just had a
If we're
brainwave.
able to afford a long rest, since I have seen the place where the wards are, I can dimension door down, bring one person, they hold off the swarm, I do the thing, and then we dimension door out. But it would be difficult because if there's more than like, I don't know, 3 people, it would be really bad.
She cooked.
Also, if someone counterspells me on the way out, we're screwed.
yeah, so
Yeah.
not doing that.
Yeah, and we're in the Yellow King domain. I'm assuming Counterspell is just a thing that's gonna happen.
I mean, what if he's stupid?
He's not, though.
What if he's a dummy boy? He doesn't know.
Alright, I'll ask the better question. Shadow,
Yes.
do you have this place prepared?
I will answer because there's like 2 or 3 things I need to answer. One, the bit about not being able to rest is for the temple itself. As you are traveling through the domain,
Yeah.
considering I'm pretty sure you at least have 2 or 3 different spells that can ensure you can take long rest without interruption. Like, I don't remember if one of you had like a tower thing or like
I
a
have the tower and a
dome.
tiny hut.
Yes, so you like traveling here, you were able to take like long rests, so you don't need to leave domain to be able to take a long rest. It will only be problematic inside the temple itself, so that's one thing. Second, I am not doing a super dungeon crawl. So going through the temple would be more of a I'm gonna say skill challenge, but it's not merely like matter of skills. It's just a matter of like resource management and figuring out like how well you can handle the things along the way. Because considering what's inhabiting the temple, it's not really interesting how you deal second by second with those foes along the way. What matters is how you handle the finish line, the source, the source itself. And the skill challenge before that merely shows like how difficult it will be for you, like how many resources or not you had to spend to get to the the finish line. Does that answer the question, JP? Or
Yeah. So, if we're already long rested technically. If we go in, we rush to do all of that, right? Are we certain we can teleport out, Monk? Or Winona, sorry.
Let me fully read through the spell. I mean, I assume it can be countered, but
I can counter a counter spell if it does come our way.
regarding teleportation, I implore you to read the last point on the handout. In the corrupted temple section.
Observes. Forbiddance. Yeah, we can't teleport down to the lowest level near the source.
Yeah, we can't teleport in, but we could teleport out.
Yeah, as long as we're able to get to one of the other levels, or at least out of the forbidden spell, we would be able to teleport out. Probably not from the source itself.
Yeah.
And technically, you can
I
still
thought you
teleport.
could teleport out of Forbidden. So I thought you could teleport out, just not teleport in.
It's a charisma saving throw to teleport in general, I believe, with forbiddance.
Huh.
Let me read through Forbiddens.
Do.
Yeah, they cannot teleport to enter the area.
Yeah.
So you can teleport to exit the area.
Yeah. So if we can get in, I can get us out. We just need to get in.
And that's when I assembled a crew, Ibram's break-in crew.
Man, if only we kept those dwarves around with their fucking drilling machine.
Yeah.
Although in fairness, I think that would have killed us eventually just from all the cancer. But
Cancer?
do you not remember the fact that the drill is powered by effectively a
I know.
nuclear reactor?
I was gonna say, I'm an elephant. Cancer doesn't affect me as adversely as everybody else. That's a real thing, by the way. No one knew that.
Okay. I do want to mention one thing. Along the way, while the scouting was happening, Sasa, you do receive a message that echoes only for your mind to hear with a familiar voice. However, give me a second, I need to make sure I count the words properly. Actually, fuck it, why am I counting? He has health for days, well, at least when it comes to that.
Just gets multiple messages.
Yes. So, Sasa,
Your ringer goes off.
I am not interested in being a double agent, but after thinking things through, I can offer my services that can aid you in some other way. We can talk in greater detail when you return back to the City of Hope. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's gonna be like 2 messages.
I will tell him very well, but I am currently busy. See you when free? Question mark. I'm on vacation. I'll get back to you. Not answering emails right now.
You just have an out of office email response.
Yeah.
Hello, it's just an automated message.
Yep.
Hello. You have reached Sasa's answer machine.
Right. Okay, so if you want to, take a long rest before attempting to do your plan, you can click the long rest button.
Yippee. I have all my damage spells prepared.
The one skeleton enters the room and just explodes, reduced to atoms.
This is like a normal like zombie. It's just cast
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
fireball at 4th level.
And then just like, fireball!
Imagine saying like a regular zombie and just like sickening radiance.
Yeah.
60-foot fucking cylinder.
You ever just like be walking around town mindlessly trying to look for brains, and then the sun happens?
And it hurts and gives you radiation poisoning.
For real, for real.
Although to be more, when it comes to this particular location, when it comes to like weak enemies, you have like gibbering mouthers or chulls, so aberrations. If you do see undead, they are like something a little bit stronger than your usual skeletons on or zombos.
Yeah.
Right.
We have gotten ourselves into trouble.
Long rest. I mean, look, that's where the fun is, and
Yeah, half of this campaign has been how we got into trouble, the story.
Yeah.
How much
Yeah.
trouble can we get in before we die? The campaign.
Just skirting along the edge of death.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm
Scraping
out.
Inch.
Ibram
of-
has been having a great time.
Scraping by off the skin of our teeth. As I desperately try and keep everyone at full health.
And Ibram appreciates you for it.
right. And also, just to state beforehand, I'm gonna use not derp. I'm using Pastor, not derp, as a basically background NPC resource. I'm not gonna be using it with like actual combat.
No.
Way too much bookkeeping for me.
Derp, the background NPC resource.
Yeah, aka channel. I wanted to say channel lightning. No, not channel lightning. Channel divinity, motherfucker, or channel.
Also
Well,
our resident fire mage.
the cleric. What he has as a cleric. But yes, the party, after taking a long rest, sets out to enact their plan to most likely rush to the source, aware that getting bogged down will probably be worst case scenario for you. However, you may still attempt because you have to still go through at the very least like 1.5, like close to like 2 levels of the temple before you find like a passage leading downwards towards the expansive caves system. So,
Hell yeah.
though you are not the most skilled group in stealth, you know, as with like Payday 2, you can still attempt to get as far as you can, trying to do this like quietly.
It's stealth if there's no witnesses.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're literally doing the thing most Payday players do. We'll go stealth until someone kills like one too many guards, and they're like, fuck it, just mask up and kill everybody, fuck it. Just unload.
Screw it.
Mhm.
Alright. For simplicity's sake, I'm gonna say that whatever roles, like skills or abilities, I would like only like one person to roll. Almost always with advantage because like someone else is assisting, and
Yeah.
this will be like a group check that one person makes for the group.
Sounds good.
So let's start with the most obvious one. Who wants to take lead on stealth?
Ibram will.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone have higher than a
Anyone else?
a -1? It's a -1.
anyone
No.
beat a 2?
I have a +4.
I have. Oh, thank God.
I'm like,
Yeah,
can
I
anyone
have
beat
high death.
2?
I'm also going to cast. Before we even go in there, on the 4 of us, Intellect Fortress.
I was gonna say pass without trace.
No, that would
No.
be useful. But only Rangers learn
That-
that one. It's really cool.
Yeah, that'd be very useful, but none of us know that spell.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, like when you be thinking about various buff spells, I'm not gonna incur any time penalties for like stealthing. I'm just gonna, for simplicity's fucking hell, my brain is having a stroke. For simplicity's sake, I'm just gonna assume that the movement time, like how much time passes before you get to the source, like is similar or almost the same. Just still recall that it's still gonna be like quite a few hours. Like this is a big place, and also like counting down the fact that unless you roll spectacularly on one of the future rolls, there might be situations where you just, hit like a dead end, or you turn around the corner and the entire layout just looks differently from what Dolan had seen during the scouting.
Yeah.
Alright. So if I'm leading with the stealth, do I need to roll?
Yes, you please roll me with advantage.
I believe in you. Oh,
Yeah, it's a
okay.
19 for a total 23. I don't know if you
pretty
let me use that flash of genius, but if you do, that's a 28.
Yeah, then mark down that flash of genius.
So yeah.
As you enter through the temple, stick to the shadows, listen very carefully to the sounds of movement, seek openings between the mass of enemies that are not really guarding, more like dwelling within this horrific, decaying domain where wherever you look at the walls or the ceiling, it's just like another example of body horror, or objects that seem like they're looking back at you even though they are like fucking objects. The air itself is like breathing miasma almost. There are no mechanical penalties for this. It's just a matter of like fluff-wise for your characters. You are like not breathing like a fresh, clean air. It's almost like this noxious, heavy, thick fumes that are perpetuating throughout the corridors of this corrupted place. You soldier on. They are, again, mechanically they do not give you like any penalties, at least for now. But through the very first hours of your journey here, like every single aspect of this place is making it abundantly clear that this crafted temple is not welcoming to any sort of visitors. Especially those of the living kind.
All right,
They probably don't get many solicitors out here, anyways.
time to kill ourselves.
What?
Well, it's the end of the
Go into a
campaign,
temple for
guys.
that.
Bit of an extreme reaction.
And with that roll, Sasa, with the assistance of the other teammates, you are able to find the damage section of this maze. Being at the second level, you find a location where part of the wall has suffered extensive damage and formed an opening that leads into less sculpted and more nature-made, like jagged tunnel that then will be sharply dropping down towards the even larger cavernous systems. While and here comes the another challenge, as most of the party is actually, sorry, let me rewind that. By default, unless magic is involved, most of the party is unable to fly. And what you'll be seeing, not really in front of you, but the pathway through that detour will either require you to somehow, at least temporarily, acquire ability to fly, or attempt to scale the uneven, jagged edges of cavern walls, as you would have to at certain long points almost like climb down. Or if you want, you might just like risk taking the maximum fall damage.
Come on, Ivern, jump and I'll catch you.
Sure, you'll catch us. Okay, sure. Yeah. Okay.
Mm.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
Are
You
we
bring your
still
belt
technically
of
on
storm
stealth?
giant strength. I mean, we could also just like use rope, right?
Yeah, I have rope. I have a rope of climbing, actually.
Yeah. So there you go.
Okay.
Rope of climbing.
There you go.
Abram feels the brainwave sauce and realizes what he must do.
Stop.
Nope. Just climb the rope.
Looks at the
Climb
rope
rope.
and looks at the ledge.
We cannot afford to be caught right now. I will genuinely kill you.
I will literally tie the rope around you and tell the rope to go down there, and it will just drag you down into the pit.
Dude, I will
Sauce.
cast fucking Gaius if you try to break our stealth here.
Ibram will not do that, understanding the looks that I'm assuming you're just looking at him, not even words to him. He just you know what he was thinking, and he grasps the severity of if he makes that choice, it will be horrible. And he does not. He climbs the rope.
Thank God. How deep is the place that we need to climb down to? Like, how far is it? Approximately, doesn't have to be exact.
Yeah, the primary cavern, the biggest issue, that the immediate drop, was somewhere in the ballpark of between 550 to 600 feet.
Oh, that's a bit too much for a rope of climbing, isn't it?
How much can the rope of climbing do?
It's 60 feet long.
Is it like a scraggly, like all? I imagine it's all like still body horror and fucked up.
Actually,
Could we,
in the caves itself, it's like less body horror. It's like more. It's like very like difficult terrain to the maximum, like jagged, uneven cavern walls.
I'm just gonna use athletics and climb the wall.
I mean, what I say is we just use the rope of climbing, and then we all get
Climb
off
the
at
wall.
60 feet, and then just do it
Yeah.
again. Like we just
Yeah,
hop
we
our
can
way
do
up.
that. 'Cause the rope's animated, so I can literally tell it go up there and tie around that rock, and then it'll.
And then we
you know,
climb up
tell
there,
down,
and we
climb
all
up
like
it.
take like a position, like a paw, like a break. How like rock climbers do it, where you climb to
Yeah.
a spot and then you stop and relax, and then you do another climb. We'll just do that.
If
We'll just
we're
like snake
okay
our
with
way up.
if we're okay with stops every 50 feet, I can make the rope knot itself to give advantage for climbing checks.
Yeah, let's do that.
So I can just.
Because that'll be like 10 stops. So
Mm-hmm. We can do that.
10 little stops for us to like shake out our hands and keep climbing.
So, you can actually use that. I will then need basically 2 checks actually. One, obviously both of them will be of advantage. One would be either perception or investigation, depending on who wants to make the main roll. This is primarily to make sure you identify the places around you and you do not suffer a sudden case of, we tied a rope to that rock, we started climbing, and then that rock just like
Yeah.
I have a +9. If
Collapses
anyone
on
else is
us.
better.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get better investigation than whatever you have.
You got it. 17. I'm gonna use Fortune of the Many and get a +3. So I can get a +3 to make it a 20.
20. All right. So that's one thing. And then second, who wants to lead the efforts? I imagine Ibrahim, but I'm asking just for redundancy. Who wants to lead the efforts at climbing down? Actually doing the physical thing.
I mean, he's probably got the highest athletics.
Probably Abram, yeah.
What?
What's your athletics?
bud?
Oh, you do you? Is that even
Roll with advantage, please.
Yeah, give me a second.
So I don't know if this cut out, but I'm guidancing. I should be guidancing, so add a d4.
I did not hear that, so yeah, you probably.
That's okay.
cut out.
That's okay. We passed all the checks up until this point. We're fine.
So that's a 32.
You see
Was it
everyone
D4?
struggling and I'm just lying down.
You do the D4.
Yep.
Okay.
Ibram does it like a monkey.
So with those checks, as 20 is just enough to get a pass, and of course Ibrahim just blows the check, up completely. Blows it up in like a positive way.
This is a challenge for you guys.
You are able to descend into this like large, spacious, cavernous area with, I'm not gonna say with ease, because this is still very difficult terrain, but you do not waste more time than absolutely necessary. And you do see, or rather less see and more hear, as you are perfectly aware that this place is inhabited by quite a lot of various creatures, like critters, little gribblies, but also larger things. To be more specific, you doubt this is a nest, but from some of the sections of this expansive cavernous system, you do hear sounds familiar with what you heard when you were fighting with those core spawn worms, and you in fact do see, like, through their like glow and one or two lava veins going like deep below you. You do see movement of creatures that indicate that yes, in the like worst case scenario, you would be having a whole bunch of like core spawn creatures on your us if they became aggro enough to start amassing at your location. But thankfully,
Thank God.
you are able to bypass that danger with you're able to bypass that danger, not with ease, but you through great showcase of your abilities and skills, you are able to preserve most of your strength as you are approaching the end of the cavernous systems. And it does show one last thing. Not really show, but getting in was kinda easy. Considering the fact that one of the attack vectors came through the through this last level that leads. This is where the source is located. The damage is still there. The pathway open is still there. However, you do know that there is more creatures present nearby that are actually like idling around the area in case more nasties decided to come by from the caves systems. So my question is, what sort of interesting stratagem, tactic, distraction, or just by means of brute force you will try to pass that seemingly last obstacle that stands before you and the pathway to the source of this twisted, corrupted temple?
Oh shit, I was muted. I was gonna say, so it seems so far that as we're going, we're not encountering any problems yet. Like, do we have anything that, like, if we turn around, could spot us easily?
Yeah, so to iterate, essentially the thing is you are towards the end of that cavern system, that detour you have taken, and you do know that it's highly possible that, and sure, while being in this cavern system, like, you crossed paths because there's like a lot of various critters and gribbles living here, but you are able to handle them without issue and without raising much alarm. Like the sounds of occasional combat like do happen during your several hour trek through those caves, as some of those monsters do fight amongst each other from time to time for various reasons. However, the current obstacle is that, well, the temple was attacked from this vector, so there is more enemy presence at that entry point.
Okay.
You can still try. I'm do not want to give like too. No, wait, that's the wrong thing to say. I'm not giving too many details in description because I want to be flexible and like if you want to still try to go for stealth, that's still an option for you. It might have like a higher DC adjusted for the situation, but
I mean, I could use detect thoughts.
I'll
and I
detect your
could-
thoughts.
We could move around based on that to avoid
Yeah, that could
creatures.
work.
But there's also
Yeah.
a chance that I go insane. So putting
There's
that out
that.
there.
Yeah, that's not that good. So,
Yeah.
well, worst case scenario, we can try to stealth, and if it doesn't work, run.
Yeah.
True.
Is there anything else we can do? So,
I
could
can-
hold banishment.
I can
I could sniff
stone
the air.
shape in an emergency.
True. well, we can still
Stone
try
shape.
it.
Alright, well, then I'm gonna assume like an hour probably has passed, so, Thought Shield, or not Thought Shield, what's it called? Angelic Fortress would have dropped.
Fortress, yeah, like
I also
So
have
I'm going-
silence, if that's it.
like even if all the good
Option.
rolls you had, like going through that cave system alone took you like
wow.
solid 2 to 3 hours.
Okay.
Mhm.
Just from the
Um,
fucking size of that place alone and the near constant difficult terrain.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Then I'm going to twin cast Thought Shield on me and Winona. And then
My thoughts are
I'm
important
going-
too.
there's that one. No, they're not.
There's
And
nothing in
then,
there.
Uh,
Wow.
Since this is not concentration, I'll then cast Detect Thoughts. Just to try and figure out where things are based on thoughts. So we can then avoid them.
Cast. You can see within the family.
It's more so like the second to last paragraph. You can also use the spell to detect the presence of thinking creatures you can't see.
Okay. Okay. Dolan, please give me a sanity saving throw.
I thought so.
There is no safety.
Not
for you.
horrible.
Right. So what Dolan tries works out and is able to greatly assist and provide advantage to whoever will be making the main stealth check. However, with that spell, Dolan, apart from well, hearing thoughts is like a give me one minute. I'm trying to like figure out how to describe this. So this will be like a weird analogy, but that's like the best I can come up with at this point in time. So imagine if you were in a forest and you casted like a locate tree spell. You are able to pick up the specific creatures
What a statement.
that are present at the lowest level, that are like, you know, just idly just shambling about here and to and fro. But you do realize that they are part of a greater whole, and it does lead back to that sensation that this place feels alive, but this is like the worst kind of alive you can you can imagine, and you can hold back like a wince as at the edge of your mind, slamming against the barriers that the Thought Shield is giving you. You can just almost imagine the wave of a magnitude of voices, hundreds of thousands of preaching, pleading, crying, laughing, tormented voices that are entombed within this temple that seemingly take part, making this place feel, air quotes, alive.
Dolan's face like lights up when he gets the idea to cast Detect Thoughts, and then as soon as he casts it, you just see like his whole face drop.
So
And he's like, "Oh, this was a horrible idea."
Thought Shield did help. However, I am still have to roll.
I mean, if it's still not enough, I'll use something else, but it's something I only use if I fail a check.
You
'Cause
mean
I have-
Thought Shield?
I have favored by the gods. If I fail a saving throw, I can roll 2d4.
2d4. Yeah, you can go for it.
I would like to
This
avoid
has a big chance to make a
more
difference,
Much.
and it does.
Thank God.
Nice.
Alright, well, that's my one use of that.
Better not go crazy in the middle of the crazy dungeon.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, we are not even halfway through Crazy Land. We need to stay sane.
Mm.
Wait, what level are we in then?
You are just about to leave the cave system and enter the last one.
Yeah, okay.
The last.
I was like, what do you mean we're not halfway done?
The bottom level that then you will have to travel through to reach
Mhm.
the entrance to the source.
Yes.
And speaking of, I guess it's back to Sasa to get that stealth roll with advantage.
With advantage and flash of genius.
And guidance. Don't forget the guidance.
Let's go. The best fucking rolls in nature.
So before you decide to use your resources, guidance gives you like what, +1 or
1d4.
1d4?
24.
So that's 4, that's 12 plus. I'm assuming you rolled. That's 12 plus 5
Yeah.
for 17. 17 will not be enough.
Well,
So you go for it because obviously your characters don't see the rolls.
yeah.
Mm.
So you go for it, and at the first few moments, like a minute or two, it looks like you are going to pull through. After all, you have the fucking alien motion detection from Dolan kind of thing. Sorry, I fucking derailed myself with that. Fucking hell.
You're good.
Yes, at first it looks like you are just about to pull through. But then, at the front, like up ahead, at one of the intersections of the corridors, you do spot like a small flash of light, like a runic symbol of some kind, just like lit up. And then that part of reality glitches, for a lack of better word. And when it adjusts, the corridor looks a little bit different, but it's also filled with a bunch of gribbles, critters like abominations, all kinds of abominations, that are sadly facing you. However, in that bit of silence, it doesn't seem that it was an expected course of action anyway. So stealth at this point is coming right out of window, but you still have the initiative in terms of action. So who wants to take the charge? Who wants to pave the way open? Pave the way through?
I assume there's only one person for this job. Cap.
Cap.
What would you
Yeah.
like me to do
We need an
here?
elephant in the room.
The elephant is in the room.
Charge.
Get in there.
Open the path for us. We got found. Charge forward.
Charge forward?
Yes.
You got it. I'd like to
I believe
rage.
in you.
If I remember correctly, rage gives me an effect on my strength stuff.
It does. It gives you advantage.
Yes.
So I'm going to advantage myself.
Mhm.
And I'm assuming that this is athletics, so I'm just going to roll that.
Yep.
Okay. Bless.
Do I even really need help with that? Like,
More. Always more. Always more.
aid me.
It could always be
Aid-
higher. It could always be higher.
Who wants
Think
to
of how
give
much
me aid?
better. How much better do you think a 37 will be?
Are you going to give me aid?
Oh,
I'm gonna give you guidance.
Guidance.
It's fucking free. Why wouldn't I give you guidance?
Yeah.
I got a 34.
8 doesn't change anything because 8 would give you advantage. You already have an advantage.
Mhm.
All right. With a 34, Ibrahim, like a organic tank, leaps forward into action, almost like, I imagine Dragon Ball style, like leaving a small crater, like cracked ground behind him as he charges forward like a motherfucking bullet train, and
Not wrong.
or like a bowling ball, just rips straight towards into the enemy formation, and he is the unstoppable object at that point in time, and the opposing forces are very much movable. So parting, carving away through his sheer size and momentum, you're able to charge forward rapidly, leaving the screeching sounds of creatures that are starting to reverberate throughout this section of the maze, and with each passing second, each passing minute, you are getting closer to your objective. I will, however, need one more check. What's the usual you need to roll to avoid traps, pretty much?
Investigation to identify them, and then trap disarm usually, like sleight of hand.
Yeah, so it wouldn't be really matter because you wouldn't really have time to disarm them per se, but basically as you are going with speed, I think it's a matter of like seeing a potential danger, a potential drop ahead of time, and being able to swerve around it so that you are not hit by it. So basically, as you're like charging towards the source, who in the group? I imagine Dolan, but I'm gonna still like throw a question out there. Who in the group takes duty of the main focus of like spotting possible traps ahead of time and helping the party in avoiding possible dangers?
It would most likely be me.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't have that good investigation.
I have eyes of the minute seeing anyway, so whole thing. And then I'll use my. I have 4 uses of this, so I'll use this one. I'll use Fortune of the Many to raise that to 22. I only have 2 uses.
Yeah, and that makes a difference. Definitely makes a difference. And I didn't go with like too many details, but you can definitely imagine, considering the scope of the enemy and who is the overlord of this place, you can definitely imagine that various traps here are pretty much high level, including stuff like Sphere of Annihilation.
That's nice.
I'm not saying like here specifically, just like a general vibe of like the scope of danger you can expect.
Funny void that eats people. I'm not a fan of that one.
Well, we are safe from those ones.
Yes, and getting a few close calls, but still letting know the party sometimes at the last possible moment to take a step to the side to avoid activating a rune of acidic rain or some other horrific magical trap, because primarily those are magical traps, not the mundane kind. And rushing with all of your might, you finally approaching the source. And this is not a skill check, this is something I will need from everyone to roll. The DC will not be high, it's meager DC 10, because pretty much all of your skill checks, tests have been successful so far. However, with the like you handled it as well as you could, but it is still a difficult journey. Fucking hell, my fucking brain is having
No problem.
all the strokes today. It was still a difficult journey, one that pushed your bodies and minds. So I will need the party to make me a DC 10 Constitution saving throw to see if you have gotten a fatigue level or not. Everyone makes their roll. This is not a group check.
You said Constitution saving throw, right?
Yes, DC 10.
I almost rolled a check.
This one happened to be against like poison. Would it?
No, this is like a general wear and dealing with like various like wear and tear of like multiple hours of traveling through very hostile, difficult terrain.
Yeah, I'm just joshing.
Right. And while there's like a small moment where you feel as if your blood is starting to be lit up and muscles make themselves known, and you squash that distracting thoughts away, and you, with determination worthy of the Night Watch members and worthy of those that carry the banner of hope, You continue onwards, no worse for where, and when you get to the like archway-ish sort of gate, the one that had all the protections, the dead end for the scout, the arcane eye was unable to go further beyond that point. No roll will be needed. This was one of the things I pre-rolled, and it was all now a matter of like getting Dolan here so that he can start. He can like work through disabling those defenses.
Hell yeah.
And considering the alarm is already being raised, you know you don't have to like worry about being found out, and you charge through with your like you almost like a brute force it. Instead of like taking a scalpel, you pretty much use a magical sledgehammer to blast away the defenses that I imagine like using the time doing progress. You had like almost like a Sherlock mind palace it.
Yeah. He would.
Hmm.
Alright.
Sounds like there's no time to like carefully like pick the lock of this like magic safe. I'm just gonna fucking dispel this shit.
Yep, just we don't have
Okay.
time. We're time
And
limited.
the voice, I'm in.
Alright. And as
Amen.
the last defenses broken quickly enough that the rest of the party didn't even get like a good workout against the responding enemies. The massive slab of stone covered in blasphemous warped runes doesn't really collapse, as if it almost fades away from existence. And pretty much around the same time, another one of those vibrating pulses like echoes through the air, causing you this like unpleasant ringing. As the handout implied, basically like you can imagine like a mix of like a sonar pulse and like a heartbeat of something very big, decaying, and corrupted to all hell and back. But also, as you are stepping through, just before you see it, you do feel another unpleasant smell, that of a putrid water. And you soon, after a moment or two of charging through beyond the gate, you do find out that the environment for this source is